are live, Raylan Sandin.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Sorry about all of this. We've been having quite the tech issues. I couldn't connect through my connection, so we had to go through Be Live, and here we are. So hopefully you guys are seeing this transmission. Okay, I'm seeing that we are live now. Yay. All right. So if you're here, let us know. Let us know where you're from. And we will get started with some live readings. Hopefully you show up.
You say hello. You guys are on.
Right?
Yeah. With
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Share this out. If you're here, invite your friends, invite your family, and join us. So I am your host, Raylan Sandin. This is the Healing Space. Introduce yourself, my friend. I was going to introduce you. But...
Raylan's a little flustered because of all the tech stuff, but it's just a temporary feeling and it will pass. See?
Wow.
Which means or is there just feedback?
It sounds like feedback. I hear maybe every third word that you're saying. It's weird.
That's really intriguing. Okay. We'll see how.
Oh, now you're.
Are you still there? Okay.
Yep. Now you're going in and out. See, you do too. Maybe we aren't going to do this today.
Yeah, maybe another day. Let's just see. You guys are on. Please say hi. Oh, and Raylan's gone. Okay, everybody. So Raylan got kicked off. She's having some difficulty with her internet. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Hopefully she'll join us again, but we are live. So we're just going to do this, my friends. I'm in the space of the Akashic Records. My name is Laura Mazzotta, and I'm the Akashic Therapist, which means that I have been a therapist for over 16 years. And additionally, I am an energy healer through Reiki and through the Akashic Records. And I mix both of them together, the therapy world and the energy healing world. And I find that we're able to get to a much more significant level of depth in the energy healing world. So kind of start out with some of those therapy techniques and then we dive deeper. So say hello and let us know if you guys want to get any readings from us. We have some cards available today. And Raylan, we can't see your beautiful face.
I know.
We have some cards available today, and then we're also going to do readings from Raylan can channel it from the consciousness, and I can channel it from the Akashic Records. So please let us know the decks that I have on board today, my friends. I have Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell, and I have Wild Offering from Tasha Silver. And then I also have my Dragon deck from Diana Cooper. So if you guys don't know anything about dragons, and when I first was introduced to them, I thought it was a bunch of woo-woo, silly stuff that I didn't really want to pay attention to. So I didn't really investigate it further, but I love dragons. I love working with these cards because what it does is it really clears our path. They offer the opportunity to kind of burn up all of the stuff that's in the way, all of that sticky, dense energy, and really blaze a trail for us. So so those are the 3 decks that I have available. Raylan, do you want to share what decks you have?
Yes. Thank you. Sorry about that, you guys. It just bumped me off.
No worries.
I don't know. All right, I'm back. So we have Abraham Hicks. I've got their health, Vortex health card. I also have my girlfriend Ingrid, her angel symbology cards. There we go. It's hard to. And then I brought the sacred geometry cards in case, and I also have the surrender cards by Dr. Judith Orloff as well.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to bring some empowering questions, but I feel like this is what's needed right now.
Are you not feeling empowered because technology has defeated?
Right. Yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
I feel like I need a live healing right now. Holy crap.
I'll send you some Reiki, my friend. And to anyone who wants to receive it, just to calm that little heart space. Yeah.
Energy disruptions, right?
If you guys, I don't know if any of you are accustomed to asking questions of spirit or asking questions of the Akashic Records. Really, if there's the Akashic Records are a spiritual library in the clouds, and it basically has the book of your soul and all the information about you from your first incarnation until the future lives as well. So any question that you have about your life, about any issues that you might be facing right now, physical difficulties, emotional difficulties, etc., you could just ask, and then we can channel it from the records or from your business or both, and then we can offer you some assistance and guidance. So please let us know what questions you have. And we can also start by pulling a card for the collective. So I'm going to pull one from the Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. Okay. I'm not seeing any.
I'm pulling some too.
Okay.
Hey, Karen, thanks for watching.
Okay, so you do have comments popping up?
Well, I just see Karen is watching, and I see Laura Murphy.
Yeah,
Manel is watching. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not getting.
I don't see any comments. Me either.
Say hi. You don't have to do anything fancy. If you don't have a question, don't feel pressure. We just want to make sure that we can communicate with you guys beautifully. Okay. All right. So let's see what Work Your Light has to tell us today.
Okay.
Oh, I like this one.
Boy, I'm getting some interesting cards.
Okay, so this is called Warrior Woman.
Ooh.
So definitely empowering card. Have you answered your deepest calling? So what a beautiful, oh, there's Karen. Hi, thank you so much for saying that, Karen, so that we know that the comments are showing. I appreciate your help.
Thank you.
Okay. So, I'm just going to go to the deck here and see what the deck has to say about Warrior Woman. That's my only complaint about this deck, is that it's very not, it's not organized. So, all right. So she says, you're here. What?
Not intuitive? Or
no. It's just not. Yeah. Well, they don't have it organized in any way. Like, it's not. It's just random. It's not an order or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. So she says, you're here for a reason, being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul-led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul-led life requires courage to triumph over fear. So often, our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance we have toward answering a call, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication, and I want everybody to hear this sentence. Ready? Everybody pay attention. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. So I don't know if any of you have ever experienced fear in that way or looked at it that way, but fear it can be an indication that we're going the right direction. Hey, Sam.
Oh, Sam. How do I'm trying to find a door into my next life. How do I find it? What do you explain to us what you mean by your next life? What does that look like for you? Is that a relationship? Is that a life path? Is that a career path? What does that mean for you? Explain that a little bit more.
Or are you talking about
and
like
we can
future life, like another reincarnation?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good card. Thank you. So before we had started this, we were kind of talking offline, as we do, about personal stuff, particularly some things that transpired on my end immediately before we started the class. So that card totally pertains to it. So do our next several cards too. So Sam, as soon as you get a little more information, a little more concrete in that, we'll come back to your question. All right, so several cards came up. The angel for consistency and order. The cosmos is order. The angel for responsibility. I am aware of my loving responsibility. And then from Abraham Hicks, the health and wellness vortex cards, my body is continually responding to my thoughts.
Mm.
And it says your body and your mind are forever connected. Your body is responding to your thoughts continually. In fact, to nothing else. Your body is absolutely a pure reflection of the way that you think. There is nothing else that is affecting your body other than your thoughts. When you consciously acknowledge the absolute correlation between what you are thinking, what you are getting, you can then eventually, under all conditions, control your own experience. All that is required is to deliberately think about things that you do want to experience. Wow, quite the message. Quite the message. Those are great cards. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, we're still waiting to hear back a little bit more from you, Sam, on that one. Samantha is watching. Samantha SMB, thanks for watching. Karen, if you're still watching, if you have any questions, you guys, chime in with your questions at all. Go ahead, Laura.
It's important to be as specific as you can, because the more specific you can be, the more specific your answer is going to be. The more vague you are, the more vague your answer is going to be. So, like, for instance, if I just answer your question, Sam, right here, I could be taking this into a future life, because that's what the Akashic records, where they were automatically taking me, was into a future life for you. Yeah. And so, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Well, we can't.
We're reading what you're saying. Yeah.
We can read your comment. So are you asking specifically for how do you find access to a future life, or how do you access another version of yourself in this life, or next steps? Just type it in, just like you typed in, can you hear me? Type that in for us so that we can read, so that we can definitely get that answer for you.
Yeah. Okay. Like Laura was saying, we just need really specific questions, because we can't go based off of vague generalities, because then we might, like she was saying, we might assume a totally different meaning. So we just need to know what you mean by a door into your next life. What does that mean to you?
Well, and it's interesting. Sometimes I do ask vague questions, but I do it on purpose. Like, I ask vague questions because I really want to know what the Akashic records feel is the best direction for me and the next step for me. So I don't necessarily want to get super specific, because I don't want to overlay my human agenda onto what it is, like where spirit wants to take that question.
Right. But with this, we need a direction to head.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you? So hopefully she can get that typed in. There might be a time lag even in our receiving what she's typing. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, Sheila, thanks for being here. Say hi if you want. Ask a question for the records or for spirit for We Are We. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for being here. You're welcome to ask any questions that you'd like. All right.
So you're seeing more people than I am.
Well, I have my.
Are you seeing people on? Oh, that's why. Okay. There are people that you meet in life, which are lessons from your past, and others that are doorways into the next life. How do you distinguish between the two? How do I knock and enter into the next life? So if I could just first say, really, what you need to do is finish and complete what's going on in this life right now, what's in front of you first. I guess I would ask you, what is it that you're trying to hide from in this life and not deal with and not finish up?
Are you trying to escape?
And why are you looking to get into the next life? Yes. Yeah. So, but if you're asking from a standpoint of how can you do a life regression, both Laura and I are gifted in that area, and we lead people through life regressions. So if that's what you're focused on, but again, the question I think for you right now is what. So if you're looking for maybe deeper insight into who's showing up in your life currently and why, and what lessons they're offering for you to understand, then that would be something that again would call for, going into a session with either Laura or myself. Little deeper work than just this. But, I think we both echo, if you're looking to hide from something here or not wanting to face or deal with in this.
The first thing that came through for me when you asked that question, Sam, the first thing that came through for me was you being able to come to an acceptance of your current life and to an appreciation of the people that are showing up. So it sounds to me, and tell me if I'm wrong, Sam, but it sounds to me like you're asking about, there's certain people that are entering my life that are obviously offering me lessons, right? So I'm getting lessons from the people who I interact with. Absolutely. We all do, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're trying to find out is, I know that some of these people kind of offer me access to different aspects of myself, either ones that I've met in a past life or ones that I might be connected to in a future life. So for you, what it sounds like is, all right, how do I distinguish between those people who remind me of a past life and those people who are taking me into the future? So kind of like, who do I choose, or what path do I take to be able to move forward? That's how I'm interpreting that. And so one of the things Raylin was saying was, yes, in private sessions, one of the things I do in the Akashic Records is I can take people on future life journeys. I actually have a course right now that I'm doing where we're doing past life journeys, current life journeys, future life journeys, and ancestral healing as well. And so in that way, we could connect to past lives and be able to identify, okay, what are some of these lessons coming from your past life, or some of these interactions or relationships that you have now that are a reflection of your past life. And the way that I know that it's a past life issue, other than the Akashic Records telling me that, is because there's some kind of chronic, repeated, cyclical pattern that is showing up in your life, either in physical feelings like illness or pain, or in emotions, or even scenarios or relationships that keep this a specific pattern or a cyclical issue that keeps showing up. And in addition to that showing up, you've done a lot of work on it. So you've either gone to therapy, or you've done a lot of self-reflective work or spiritual work on it yourself. And you feel like no matter how hard you try and no matter how much work you put into this, it's just not getting any better and you're not learning the lesson. And in that case, that has past life roots. Okay, that's something that I need to clear this a lot deeper than just in this current life, because I've done an enormous amount of work there and it's just not going away. And so to be able to access that lesson, you want to go into past life work and do some journeying there. So you can determine, okay, when we're in the records, what is this soul contract that exists with this person who keeps coming into my life, or these patterns, right? And then you can get an idea of that. And future life journeys, I don't know if you've ever done any manifestation work, Sam, but that's really about you being able to get connected with that soul version of yourself so that you have a lot of confidence and hope in who you're going to become and how you want to feel going forward in your life. So we can do that in the records, but you can also do manifestation work so that you can create what you want. You don't just have to sit here and wait and knock on a door and wait for somebody to answer. That in this present moment, we can always be creating what we want to be coming to us.
Right. And Sam, with me, I do past life regression work. And then there's always, I tell people, there's always a component, like Laura was saying, that applies to your current life and current patterns and current behaviors and relationships that show up and life lessons here. And then we can go into a deeper dive of inner child work and those sorts of pathways to healing as well. And looking at what those lessons are more on a deeper level, and kind of do some release around the emotions and patterns, generational patterns that show up for you. I do emotion code practice work as well. So you have some options here. So that's fantastic.
And I think Sam and I went to college together, so you can shoot me a private message too if this isn't making sense, or you just want to like chat back and forth a couple times. Feel free to shoot me a message, Sam, because I'd love to just connect with you and say hi to you again, and we can definitely, you know, knock this out if you feel like there's more specifics that we're not getting to. Feel free, and I'm happy to chat. Okay.
Well, all right. So does anybody else have any questions?
Well, I have another card that I pulled. Can I talk about it?
Yeah, of course.
All right. I'm trying to find us again on here so that, okay. All right. So this one's from the Wild Offering Oracle deck by Tasha Silver. And this one, her cards are just pretty. And the first reason that I ever wanted to get this deck was just because I thought it was pretty. But then I realized that it actually has wisdom, so I purchased it. Okay. So this says, work. I am now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. Use me to relieve suffering on the planet. May all who need me find me. The divine is my complete source for all prosperity and will provide. So I love that because they're talking about these soul contracts that we have soul contracts with we have contracts with everybody who's going to be coming into our lives. So, you know, whether this is from a space of work or from a personal position, that you trust and know that who is supposed to come into your reality and connect with you is supposed to find you, is supposed to connect with you. That, you know, if you're a coach or a healer or a therapist, those soulmate clients are going to be coming to you because there's already a contract in place that really brings them into your energy field, and to trust and know that they will arrive in their own time. Okay. Understanding and knowing that all of our prosperity and abundance comes from source. It doesn't come from us. It doesn't come from working like our butts off 24/7. It comes from source, and just tapping into that abundance, into that energy is what's going to help us move forward. Okay. So, Raylan, did you have anything else to add there, my love, or no?
No.
I'm going to pull a dragon card. Anybody else have questions for the records or for spirit? We would be happy to answer. Please be as specific as possible so that we can get you as specific an answer as possible. And I'm going to pull us our dragon. Oh, baby. This is the powerful one. This is the one that when my son got it, he made a copy of it and he hung it on his bed so that he can remind himself of it all the time. So this is the fire dragon. It burns up all lower energies around you. Do you hear that, Raylan? It's burning up all of the lower energies around you. Okay.
That's cool.
You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. And it's saying that this is offering us the opportunity to burn up any circumstances in your life that are not serving you. Call on them to delve deep into your childhood or past lives to release you from your past so your future can shine. They have the ability and power to travel along the timeline of your soul journey, clearing, healing, and transmuting as they do so. They're happy to do this while you sleep if you ask them. Just ask them to clear and light up the path in front of you. So that's what I like, is that they don't just clear any kind of density or obstacles in our path, but what they also do is they light the way. So at the same time that they're clearing, they're also lighting the way and inspiring you and motivating you and giving you that passion to be able to move forward, which is really beautiful. So they keep you safe by creating a fiery wall of protection around you or your home or your family. So remember to ask them to do so, and allow them to breathe inspiration into you. So that's a really powerful one for today. So, and I'm saving these to post in the comments so that if you guys want access to some of this wisdom or some of these cards, you're more than welcome to read them over there. Raylan, what are you looking for over there? Looks like you're looking around.
I was looking around at some more decks. Okay, so I have another vortex card coming up, and a surrender card. So again, if you guys have any questions, or if you would like cards specifically chosen for you, share them in the comments. Let us know that you're watching. Say hello. Raise your hand, anything. All right, so the first vortex card that came up is I can have money and freedom too. A feeling of being overwhelmed is your indicator that you are denying yourself access to all manner of cooperation that could assist you if you were not disallowing it. As you begin, Sheila, fantastic. As you begin to feel freer regarding the expenditure of time and money, doors will open, people will come to assist you, refreshing and productive ideas will occur to you, and circumstances and events will unfold. As you change the way you feel, you access the energy that creates worlds. It is there for your ready access at all times. And then the other surrender card that came up is surrender the habit of people pleasing. It says, speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Big ones. So, hey, Sam, thanks for watching. So who couldn't, benefit from that, right? That's a powerful one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. If anybody has any questions, specific questions, or Sheila, yeah, if you are looking for specific clarity around something or would like some cards chosen, just let us know.
Sam says,
surrender the habit of people pleasing.
Partnership. Love find us. Okay, so Sheila says partnership. Does love find us?
Well, so overarchingly, the message is, well, okay, so there's a card that came through for you for that, but overarching, the message is that love is you. Love is you. Love is within you. There's no finding. There's no seeking. There's being it, being love, radiating out what's naturally already within, and simply allowing. And the card that came forward for you when you chose that is, my attention to unwanted attracts more unwanted. My attention to unwanted attracts more unwanted. I'm trying to get it so you can see it on the screen. For every pleasing thing, there is an unpleasing counterpart. So we talk a lot about contrasts in life. For within every particle of the universe is that which is wanted, as well as the lack of that which is wanted. So when you focus upon an unwanted aspect of something in an effort to push it away from you, it only comes closer because you get what you give your attention to. So you are attracting what you're saying you don't want by focusing your attention on the contrast, on that actual thing that you don't want. So it comes to you closer because you get what you give your attention to, whether it is something that you want or not. It is up to you to focus upon and attract what is wanted. And there's the saying, right, of be the change that you seek in the world, or something. That's translation of it, loose quote of it. But be what you seek in a partner for yourself. You already are that. Show yourself that love that already exists within you, and relationships are naturally attracted to that. Do you have anything to add to that, Laura?
Yeah, well, the first thing that came through was absolutely love finds us. Yes. And, we all have that love inside of us. And the other piece that came through was really getting to a deep level of self-love within yourself. Not just, I'm gonna go do this for myself or that for myself, but really getting to a point of deep appreciation for your time with yourself. I mean, what they're showing me really is you sitting very comfortably in meditation and just being receptive, because I'm feeling a little bit of like desperate kind of frantic energy, kind of going to like to get what you want, to grab what you want. And what they're saying is you need to be in a more receptive space to receive love and to really practice that as much as you can. So that means that you try to practice receiving in whatever way you can. This could be receiving, honey from your next door neighbor. Excuse me, your next. Somebody say yes. Hey. Not you're opening yourself up to show yourself that you are deserving of, and you're in a place right now in meditation for a while and just really sink into yourself, sink into that. And we're back. Can you see me, Raylan?
Yeah, you.
Can you hear me and see me?
I can hear you and see you now. I was only hearing maybe every third word.
Okay. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, I can. This is such a beautiful day of technological challenges. Yeah. And now Raylan's gone. Okay, so I'm just going to continue what I was saying, Sheila. I hope you're still here with us, but really being able to sink into feeling of self-love with yourself. And I don't know, what they're showing me is that so you haven't really been able to fully integrate this, and so they want to make sure that you feel this at a very deep level.
Yeah. Sheila, there's a sacred geometry coming forward. Oh, sorry, did I interrupt you, my friend? Okay, can you get? Oh, okay.
You go
sorry if I interrupted you. I apologize. I didn't hear you speaking. I thought you were done. I'm sorry. This has been it's just a weird day. Okay, so there's a sacred geometry card coming for you, Sheila. This is the back of the deck. It's really cool, but here's the card, and it's I'm trying to get it so you guys can see it. Synergy. Thank you. Awesome.
Oh, that's
so the spirit. Yeah. It's a good one, right? The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. So really holding in that space of, and that energy of accepting and allowing, opening up your mind, your thought patterns, your beliefs, just opening up in general, allowing what's no longer serving you to move on and flow onward, right? And releasing that. And then your hands are open to embrace and welcome in new energy, new experiences, new relationships, new co-creating opportunities, that sort of thing. So I have chills.
Yeah, that's really funny because the card that I was pulling while you were saying that for Sheila completely validates that. It's called the Great Gathering. And this is,
yeah.
it says it's all coming together, intuitive hits and your soul tribe. So what it's saying is, you know, it's an acknowledgement that you're being called to connect to others who are like you already at a soul level, and be able to gather groups of people, either by leading them or being part of a group that can support you. And
Love
so
it.
really, yeah, like really being able to share your voice, let yourself be seen really authentically, and being able to focus on those connections and creating new connections for yourself that really fulfill who you are at the core level, like your value system, and who you are as a soul, if you're aware of that. And that's one thing you can access through meditation, also through the Akashic records, through quantum healing, all sorts of things. But and even through, honestly, just very focused meditative journaling. So you know, really getting a pulse on your best way of attracting anyone into your life is to be able to really get a good pulse on who you are, what it is that you desire to feel in your life, sitting in that vibration of, this is exactly how I want to feel, and envisioning it and allowing your fantasies to play out on a daily basis so that you can practice that vibration, you can practice that frequency.
Yeah. All right. I hope that helps you, Sheila. Kelly had a question or a concern, really.
Okay.
She's an RN. She's dealing with, working with those who are sick and that sort of thing. So there's several cards that came up around that, particularly. So the first one is Abraham Hicks, the energy vortex of money. The subject of money is really two subjects. Money, plenty of money, and two, the absence of money or not nearly enough. Often people assume that because they are speaking the words, I want more money, they're speaking positively about money. When you are feeling fear or discomfort as you speak, you are not speaking of the subject of money. You are speaking of the subject of not enough money. And the difference is very important because the first subject brings money and the second holds it away. So we talked earlier kind of in our show about holding energy, and our thoughts become things, right? The next card for you is Surrender to Silence.
Oh my God.
This is a powerful.
I just pulled.
Shut up.
Go ahead.
Okay. After I read this, you read yours. That's crazy. Surrender to silence is in quiet meditation or contemplation. Let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. And like she was encouraging Sheila too, this is a perfect opportunity for us to meditate and go deeper into our own healing. What's coming up for a lot of us in this current lived experience, collective lived experience, is really the disruption to our familiar patterns that have kept us distracted and kept us busy and kept us our mind always going. And now we have, some of us have time, nothing but time in front of us to simply just be, because we're at home with you. You're still working, you're working with patients, etc., but you do have some time off in between. And I know that silence can be a little scary when you've not made friends with it, but there's a lot to be found there, a lot of wisdom and insight. Share your card, and then I have a final card for her too.
Okay. My card is
what's your card?
Wild Offering deck by Tasha Silver, and it's called Truth. And it says, when everything is done as an offering, even the act of speaking, you get shown when to talk and when to be silent. Your words come from silence, not fear. You do the talking, dear Lord. Take me over and speak through me.
Wow.
Really allowing yourself to be a vessel, and then I pulled a dragon card because I felt really strongly that you This is what I was feeling from the records when I first read your message. Really feeling like this is a safe.
Oh, I lost you. You froze. Shoot.
Did you lose me? Okay, you've been frozen too. So I'm just going to continue.
Okay,
talking.
it's a safe what? It's a safe what?
It's a safety and security issue.
Yeah.
So that's what I really see is feeling like you need additional assistance with clearing your path, with making you feel grounded, with returning you to your foundation. So what I pulled was the Air and Fire Dragon. And so what this is really showing is expanding your creative energies, harnessing your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm, and communicating your passion. Really focusing on what's coming for you, right? What I was saying, Kelly, you feel from the records, I know I might have cut out. Thank you for your patience, by the way, guys. You guys are rock stars, just sticking with us with the tech issues.
Yeah.
No, saying that this is about a safety and security issue for you, which is why I pulled a dragon card as well, because feeling like you need.
Are you still there? Oh. Oh, you guys, thank you for sticking with us. I hope you're still there.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, yes, we can now.
Okay. Yeah, it's very unclear what's going on in this situation today.
Yeah, technology, right?
Anyway.
Well, it's funny that you talk about foundation and returning to grounded and centeredness, because the final card for her over here was Gaia, right?
Wow.
Earth energy.
Perfect.
Dude. And it says the frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. And you were talking about, you know, coming into the energy of interconnectivity and being grounded and rooted back into her creative expression and all of it. That's powerful. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And what it says in here too is, you know, you may be coming into circumstances where you need to make rapid decisions. You know, discernment rather than your logic. And they really want you to pull up that like soul level wisdom rather than just focusing on, you know, what makes logical sense or what's realistic necessarily. You know, that they really want you, I think they said, you know, really, really pulling up that soul wisdom to be able to make your decisions rather than just, you know, knocking around ideas. Hey, Dawn, thanks for being here, my friend. Let us know if you have a question. Hopefully answer it without getting cut. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I could be coming up all pixelated right now. It's like I can create my own cartoon out of myself.
Right. Hey, Joanna. Thanks for watching, girl. If you have a question, let us know. Yeah, your face at one point did have, like, your eyes were up here and then they were down here too. It was
great.
Technology, right?
Sounds like leaving the 3D and entering the 5D or something, probably. Yeah, good. And I'm glad you used that intuition at work, Kelly.
So your intuition at work. So their message for you then is in using that at work for others and how you care for others, stay grounded and rooted and centered in the source of where your intuition comes from, which is source and Gaia, Mother Earth energy, and allow yourself in meditation to build upon that, to build your energy reserves, so that you know your direction for you as well, and you can separate what is coming forward for others and what is intended for you, and hang on to what's intended for you, right? And as you embody what is true for you in the spirit and the energy that is coming for you to heal you, to strengthen you, to grow you, develop you, and just give you that energy boost, then you're going to be able to be effective for other people. So, in other words, save some nourishment for yourself. You can't give from an empty cup. So, as long as you are plugged into source energy, Gaia, rooted, grounded energy, and the spirit of what, the dragon card was saying, and silence, and the subject of money, you're going to be a better catalyst for care and patient care, but also support of your peers and coworkers, but your family and you as well. So I have chills. Yeah.
That's is really about, just allow spirit and allow your intuition to work through you, rather than being so conscious about and deliberate about the decisions you make, and ask for their help, ask for them to work through you, ask for the air and fire dragon to assist you, because these beings are always available to support you, to guide you, so that you don't feel like you're never alone. You're never alone. And when you're making these urgent decisions at work, ask for assistance from the spiritual team to help guide you if you're feeling kind of wonky about it. But again, anytime you're on the fence about something when it comes to decision making, being on the fence is something that really indicates that that's so not necessarily in your best interest. You really have to think about it, weigh the pros and cons at a very deep level. That's an indication that you really should be just tuning into which one makes me feel more passionate and lit up, and that's what the dragon card was telling you, which was, just go with what feels creative and passionate and expansive, and use that as a tool to guide you versus just say your pro and con list or indecisiveness. So Dawn has a question.
Yeah. So I chose for Dawn. She not really much of a question, but just our dear sign for her. But what came forward for you, Dawn, was the sacred geometry card Miracle. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. And then also the angel for renewal and development says, I acknowledge all renewals and transformations in my life. So if you want to get a little more specific about what's behind your ask, that would be great. Did you get anything? Have you chosen anything?
Let me just tune in to the records and see what they have to say. Where do you work? That's one thing they want to know. They feel like they're going to get more clarity, or they'll be able to give you more specifics if they know where you work.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's just maybe a little bit more of, you guys don't have to give like in-depth details, but maybe more of a draw of the direction that you're coming in. Like, what does that mean? What you need to pick up on and notice at work? 3 jobs, the full-time job.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just getting something with the deer, because the deer definitely means something. That's what they told me that from the get-go. So let me just see what they're saying about that. What they said right away was that they're trying to keep you, I guess, at a heightened level of awareness right now. That they really want you to be, not hyper vigilant, where you're kind of like frantic and feeling a little bit desperate, but that that you're hyper aware, meaning that you're very, very in tune. So really the key here that they're saying is that that's a symbol for you to tune into mindfulness, to be able to really mindfully notice and appreciate everything around you. And that's something that's going to assist you with picking up with signals at work as well. Because the more tuned in you are with mindfulness practices, and when I say that, I mean being aware of all 5 senses, in addition to, say, your 6th sense, your intuitive sense, at all times, so that you you're more of an observer in your life than you are somebody who is just a bold action taker right now, because they really want you to be in a space, like they're showing me this picture of a deer in the woods, very peaceful and quiet, and just having like the littlest twitches of the deer's ears to be able to pick up on little nuances of wind, sound, shifts in nature, all of that, even shifts in energy, that they're very sensitive creatures, but that they're very hyper aware. Okay. And so they really want to make sure you are tuning in with that honed in awareness, to be able to pick up on a lot of these signals that you would love to have come more naturally to you. And that's something that's like a muscle that you have to develop. So I don't know if you have practiced any of the room for healing stuff that we did in my free Facebook group, that actionforhappiness.org calendar that I posted for March and for April. And it has a list of so many different ways that you can practice mindfulness, and have it be something that you integrate, particularly maybe before you drive home or while you drive home, just practicing this hyper awareness rather than having music on or having an audiobook or a podcast on, so that you are definitely more mindful of each thing that you're doing throughout your standard day. So yeah, so I would check that out, Dawn. I've posted them in the group, and write it down. I will remember. Just the calendar here, but you can also go to actionforhappiness.org. I will type that in now, and they have the calendars there, and you can download the March one and the April one, so that you can practice some of those strategies, because it's they really, it's pretty comprehensive. They cover a lot of them.
I would also say, Dawn, with hearing the whispers, so that's another, it brings us back again to the surrendering to silence, taking that time out, consciously choosing to get silent, because yes, a lot of this it can be subtle, but you're receiving. So a lot of what you can do to help yourself hone in on what you're receiving from them and the messages that they're giving you is writing down what they're saying to you and noticing the patterns, because they're showing me that they've been saying the same thing repetitively to you. It's going to get louder and louder. And at some point, the metaphor of you not hitting a deer yet, that's a metaphor of coming to a point in life. If you're not looking for the signs and paying attention and hearing what they're saying, and they are communicating, they're communicating, you're just not paying attention, you're going to end up hitting, quote unquote, hitting that deer. Not literally, but life will take you in that direction. And whatever it is that they're communicating to you will then become this big neon sign. And you're like, yeah, I knew it all along. So the good thing for you, a good practice for you to do is, with your meditative practice, get quiet and make it a habit of writing down what it is that they're saying. And as you keep seeing the same message, then take the appropriate action to that message.
Yeah, you'll start to see things show up if you write, for sure. And the other thing you were saying to me is, you can ask them. They're saying, have her ask us, like be able to say to them, if I see a feather 3 times over the next 7 days, then I know that you are speaking to me about something. You can get as specific as you want, but you can ask them to show you signs, or set up a rule for yourself. Like, okay, I keep seeing deer. If I see 3 deer in the next 48 hours, then I know that I'm trying to get, that spirit is trying to communicate to me. So you can set certain things up for yourself. Like for me, it's the rule of 3. Like if I get an intuitive message or a nudge to do something, and it keeps coming up, and it's not because, I just like saw it at the store or something like that, then I know that they're trying to get my attention. So you can set up like rules for yourself there. The card that I pulled for you is very fitting. It's take a break. And this is from the Work Your Light deck. It says, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Which surprised me considering you have 3 jobs. You're a very hard worker already. But let me see what the book says about that, and then I can read you what the book says. I can find it, since this book is not organized in a very cohesive way. And I don't have any irritation about that at all. Can you hear that? All right. So
today's been an exercise in irritation, I think.
So it's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations. Take a moment from your busy schedule to appreciate and acknowledge all that you've created, achieved, released, or experienced before you rush on to the next thing. This is an area that I've had trouble with in the past as well. And it's really, you know, you can say it's a celebration, like really allow you for like 24 hours. Like I have to celebrate for 24 hours before I then go on to the next thing, because otherwise I won't give myself enough time, you know, or space to integrate. So you're honoring yourself when you do that. And the message that's been coming through the records the past few months is all about sacred ritual. You know, anything ritualistic that you can do for yourself, even if it's dark chocolate at night. And I'm not saying that that's one of mine, even though it is.
Oh,
but anyway,
I was gonna say,
yeah,
liar.
Yeah, really dark chocolate. Anyway, but it says take some time out before rushing on to the next thing. Enjoy yourself and recalibrate. Take a break and a breath. So, there you go, friend. Let us know if that serves you today.
Yeah. All right. So Melinda,
and I don't know
said,
if you have any history of like doing intuitive classes or intuitive work or something like that, but it sounds like you could probably benefit from a little bit of that, because you do have some things that are coming into reality that you're definitely, spirit is definitely trying to get your attention. So it would be helpful for you to hone some of those skills, like your clairaudience, your clairsentience, your claircognizance, things like that, in intuition class or course or, you know, exercise or something like that, just so that you can work that muscle a little bit more.
Right.
Okay.
And if you're interested in that, Dawn, Laura and I can both help you with that. I have a chakra class that I offer that could help connect you with that. For Melinda, she had earlier said a question about the grid work that she's doing, envisioning healing for the planet. So this card came up. It's from Abraham Hicks Vortex deck. It comes not by magic, but by universal law. Here's the globe, and here's the fishes swimming around the entire globe, right? Says, start by telling a better feeling story about the things that are important to you. Do not write your story like a factual documentary, weighing all the pros and cons of your experience, but instead tell the uplifting, fanciful, magical story of the wonder of your own life and watch what happens. It will feel like magic as your life begins to transform right before your eyes, but it is not by magic. It is by the power of the laws of the universe and your deliberate alignment with those laws. Along with that is the activation of belief that comes with that. Oh, it's hard to get it. So belief, the frequency, supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. So this is the alignment of kind of coming into agreement with what source is already doing and how source is already at work, and recognizing that even through these events that we're all living through individually and collectively as a whole globally are meant for our transformation, for our growth, and for our healing. So we're already in the space of healing. Some of us might not be aligned to that or consciously aware and accepting of that and receiving that. But the message that's coming through for you is to understand that there's nothing that you do apart from source to energize it, propel it, wish it into existence, or otherwise to give it more oomph, I guess, other than just coming into the alignment with it and of it. It's already here. And knowing and understanding that by the power of your belief, that and the allowing of it to transform what's going on within your own inner world and your own being, and your thought energy, that then just is radiating out even more from you. I hope that makes sense. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for watching.
I have a couple of thoughts here for your 32 number. Okay. Linda, you asked about the 32 number. So yourself and others are being supported by your angels and guides. Call on them for as much help as you need and know it's never too much. And what's interesting is that while I read that, records were saying to me, they were like, no, we think it's important for you to add 3 and 2 together and look at the numerology of number 5, because they think that might be more relevant to you. So I have my Idiot's Guide to Numerology here, okay? Because, yeah, it was a little overwhelming. So anyway, so it says that the main lesson for the 5 is the constructive use of freedom, and it needs to learn to do things in moderation. Very similar to the message we were just bringing for Dawn, you know? You need to learn from others' mistakes so that you don't have to try everything for yourself, okay? So this has come to learn how to stick to it, establish structure, create stability, so that you can enjoy the freedom that you desperately desire. And they're saying, the records are saying that is currently more relevant to you. So you can let us know if that's accurate, but that's what I'm saying about the 32 for you right now. And then I'm just going to pull one card for you, Melinda, from the Wild Offering Oracle deck. And what you got here was got two of them popped out for you. Lucky friends today. All right, so one is direction. Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring me a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to go the wrong way, please stop me. So that's really about you asking for that assistance that they were talking about. And then creative blocks. If you're an artist of any kind, you can offer all work to the divine, making it God alone. I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. And I just want to share one more thing about your grid work that was coming through for me through the Akashic records, which was really this idea of, they were really showing me this visual that your grid work is providing. It's almost like you are creating a net or a web that exists as a safety net or a foundation for people to fall into. So it's like you're creating this grid work that is kind of under the surface of the earth, is what they're showing me. Like it's kind of like below the crust of the earth, and you're kind of creating this, and it's a very sturdy web that you're creating, and it allows people to feel like they have a safety net. So even if it's something that they're not using right now, you're providing a lot of foundational support for people who might feel like they're falling over.
Wow. Here's one last thing too that came through from the surrender deck. Surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn that dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. So again, just more of that alignment with, do your work. Your work is worthy, of course, already, and it's very intentional and it's very purposeful. But do it and then surrender it over, right? And allow spirit, allow source to take that, be in the agreement of it, be in that alignment and that aligned energy of it, and just simply let it go. and spirit will do the work. Because really, even this right here, it's not us doing this. This is spirit just flowing through us. We're simply just, giving the messages that are being received through spirit, through the Akashic, same thing, and simply just putting them out there and surrendering them out there. So awesome messages. Wow. Yeah, Melinda, thank you. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for being here, my friends. We are very happy that you guys have stuck with us today.
Yeah.
No, we appreciate it. And you know what? We rolled with it. Whatever. And that we were still able to share some of these messages with you. Thank you for being so interactive and really engaging and just offering us your energy today and being part of this collective space. So we appreciate it. And can you tell people where they can find you?
Yeah. So again, you can find me on the Healing Space in Facebook. And then I also have a free group called Connected Empowerment. I'll put the link in there as well. I am also I'm offering some live spirit messages this Saturday, the 18th, at 4 p.m. my time. I live in Arizona, so that's Pacific time. We're not Pacific, but anyway, it's in alignment with Pacific time, so that would be 7 p.m. For Eastern time frame. And I do an intimate gathering of up to 10 people. If I get more people interested in that, I'll fraction off another group and do another group. But it's a wonderful time of even more deeper messaging, very personalized messaging within a small group. And it really is like a space where it's like a gathering of family, just sitting around a table, and we share some wonderful messages and insight and wisdom that comes forward. And every message for each individual person is also very healing for the rest of us in attendance. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I'll put the event link in the comments for that too. It's $40, really affordable. And it's this Saturday, the 18th. So I'll put the event details in the comments.
Great. And you guys can find me on Emerge Healing and Wellness on Facebook. The vast majority of my content goes into my free Facebook group, Room for Healing. So I just posted that. And I would love it if you guys join me tonight. I'm doing a masterclass with Kara Melendi, who's an Akashic astrologer, and we're doing energy techniques to ground and maintain your vibration, because we connected about the fact that just people are really needing to feel grounded right now, and to be able to say, well, how do I stay happy? How do I keep my vibration maintained, even though there's all this collective chaos going on? So we're going to be offering some teachings on that, but also a couple exercises that you guys can practice. And we would love to have you join us, because this is just something that we were both called to provide service for, given everything that's going on with the pandemic right now. So that's going to be broadcasting on Emerge Healing and Wellness tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'd love it if you could join me there. And this is the last week to sign up for my course, Activate, because we already started. And that is really an opportunity to access that passion-driven self through doing a lot of past life healing and clearing, ancestral healing and clearing, current life, future life, activating sexual energy. So if that's something that you have interest in, please feel free to let me know. I did put my website in the link. You can find that under courses. And I'm happy to connect with you further. Anybody who signs up for that now is going to get $100 off because we already started. So this is definitely, it's a good incentive. And you'll get a lot of individual time along with it as bonuses if that's something that you were interested in. But anyway, we are just so happy to, what we kept hearing about today was just show up and serve. So we were able to do that. And we appreciate all of your interaction here. We love you all. Hey, Raylene, did you have anything else to say?
I do. I have one more card if I could.
Oh, do it. One more card.
One more card. And if you want to, my friend too. So the card Consciousness came up from the Sacred Geometry deck. And the message is the frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all of the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. So as we stay aware, hashtag stay awoke or stay woke, you guys are familiar with that, right? As we keep our eyes open and our understanding clear, we're engaged in silent receiving of messages from spirit and listening to what we're receiving, writing those things down, we are going to be good. And remember to stay grounded, connected to earth energy and to source, and everything flows from there. So hope you guys have a great day.
Don't forget your hope, my friends. Stay hopeful, because I know that the world is a little bit of a shit show right now. But you know what? We can really hold space for knowing, like, yeah, whatever. We're going through a tough time, but we're going to be able to see our lives beyond that and what that holds for us. A different picture of what we were seeing before. Be able to really offer some faith and appreciation for the work that Spirit is doing in the world right now, even if we don't understand the lessons behind it. So
100%. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us today. Really.
Beautiful day.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye, you guys. Bye.